to tonight's Nightly News with me, Nick Nickleman. Our top story tonight features the tale of a whale who got more than he bargained for when he went out looking for supper. Wally the Whale is a peaceful creature who was out in the Mediterranean Sea, searching for a quick bite to eat Sunday night when he accidentally swallowed a wayward fisherman who'd fallen into the water. Now we at Nightly News, we have an exclusive interview with Wally the Whale. Wally, are you there?
Yes, Nick, I'm here. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yes, Nick, I'm here. Wally, explain to us what happened on Sunday night from your perspective.
Well, Nick, it all started when I felt a bit peckish. I was floating along the ocean floor and I realized I hadn't had anything to eat since the roast dinner my mum had made for me at lunchtime. So I went out searching for a snack to tide me over to bedtime. Tide me over? Did you get it?
Yes, so you were saying you went out looking for something to eat.
Well, yes, Nick, I wanted something small. We whales, we usually eat something called krill, which are these tiny little fish that swim around in small groups. I just wanted a few of those.
So tell us, what did you encounter that night?
Well, Nick, it was horrible. I was just floating along and snacking on a few stray krill when the water started stirring up and getting all choppy and I couldn't really see, and the fish around me were all jittery. I kept going, and I don't know how it happened. I couldn't see, the water was so rough, and suddenly something big fell into my mouth, and in my surprise, I accidentally swallowed it. It was awful. I didn't ask for this. I didn't want this. I needed help.
Wally, what a harrowing story. What happened next? What was that thing that you swallowed?
Well, I don't know. I swam home as fast as I could. But when I got home, I could feel it still inside me. I could hear it talking. It was pleading. It was like it was praying.
Do you remember what it was saying, Wally? What was it saying?
Yes, Nick, I do remember. It was saying, I called to the Lord and he answered me. And it said, with shouts of grateful praise, and what a vow I will make good. I will say salvation comes to the Lord.
Well, that is so strange.
You're telling me it sounded really weird in my belly. But that's when everything changed.
What do you mean?
Well, when I heard the voice talking away, I just felt so awful. I had to do something about it. It was like someone or something was telling me to go up to the surface and deal with what was inside me. I couldn't keep it in any longer. I felt so sick. I quickly swam upwards and spat it out. But the worst part was, I was hungry again.
Wow, Wally, you are so brave. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Now, for more on this, we cross live to our local fishing and sailing expert for her perspective on these bizarre events on the high seas, Fran, the big catch fisherton. Fran, are you there?
I'm here. Well, Nick, the story all began here on the deck of this ship, the Pumpernickel. These rugged old sailors were on a cargo and passengers over in the port there when they allowed a young man to join them for their voyage to Spain. This man's name was Jonah.
Jonah? As in Jonah the prophet?
That's right, Nick. Jonah the prophet. His arrival here set off a strange chain of events, ended in your friend Wally's tale. As the vessel set off, a series of dark storm clouds appeared overhead out of nowhere. It wasn't on our radars at all, and suddenly it tossed the boat around, throwing these sea-hardy sailors into chaos.
Wow, what happened next, Fran?
Well, these sailors are unsure, and they don't seem to want to talk about it much. But from what I've gathered from them, they felt they had no choice but to throw the prophet overboard.
And did it work?
It did, Nick. Somehow, making a mad decision to throw Jonah overboard made the clouds and the wind disappear. It was like it never happened. And what's more, they claimed to see a large whale swimming away towards the shore.
So, Fran, you're saying this pickle on the good ship Pumpernickel was because old Jonah was being fickle?
That's the trickle, Nickel.
Well, thank you, Fran, for your version of this odd meteorological phenomenon. What really happened? Who is to blame? Will Wally finally find something to eat? And what will happen to Jonah the prophet next? And can someone get me a jar of pickles? These are the real questions that we should be asking. And that's all the time we have for tonight. I've been Nick Nickleman, and this was your Nightly News.